Nabonidus, the final ruler of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, reigned from 556–539 BC. He ascended to power following the assassination of the young king Labashi-Marduk, who was killed in a conspiracy just 9 months into his reign. Whether Nabonidus had a hand in this demise remains uncertain, yet he was promptly appointed as the new sovereign thereafter. Much of his reign saw him absent from Babylon, residing in the Arabian oasis of Tayma. The reasons for his extended absence have sparked debate, with theories ranging from illness to religious pursuits in archaeology. Historical records portray Nabonidus as an enigmatic figure. Born to a mother believed to be a priestess of the moon god Sin, he exhibited an uncommon and intense devotion to this deity. His reign was marked by friction with the Babylonian high priests of Marduk, likely stemming from his fervent dedication to Sin and his neglect of Babylon's significant New Year's festival. Following successful military campaigns in Edom and Cilicia, Nabonidus retreated to Tayma, leaving his son Belshazzar in charge of Babylon. He returned to confront the rising Persian threat led by Cyrus the Great, eventually surrendering to Persian forces in 539 BC. Nabonidus spent his remaining days in relative freedom. His capitulation heralded the dawn of the Persian Empire and the conclusion of the Babylonian exile of the Jews. However, the events during Nabonidus's years of absence and his motivations for abandoning his kingdom remain shrouded in mystery. It is speculated that Nabonidus' fascination with Tayma began during his military campaign against Edom. Tayma held strategic importance due to its control over lucrative Arabian trade routes. One hypothesis suggests that Nabonidus sought refuge in Tayma to escape the religious rituals of Babylon, particularly those centered on Marduk worship during the annual New Year's festival. These rituals, including symbolic acts of submission to Marduk, might have clashed with Nabonidus's devotion to Sin, making him uncomfortable in Babylonian religious settings. Another theory posits that Tayma held archaeological significance for Nabonidus, potentially containing sacred inscriptions or prophecies relevant to his spiritual quest. Alternatively, it's proposed that Nabonidus suffered from a serious illness, seeking solace and healing in Tayma. The Dead Sea Scrolls contain a fragment known as the Prayer of Nabonidus, which describes his affliction with an ulcer and his eventual healing by a Jewish exorcist after turning to the Hebrew God for assistance. This legend may explain a discrepancy in the Book of Daniel, where the king mentioned is called Nebuchadnezzar, whose son is named Belshazzar, coincidentally the same name as Nabonidus's son. It's plausible that the Book of Daniel conflates Nabonidus with Nebuchadnezzar, describing a similar affliction as a form of madness. During his tenure in Tayma, Nabonidus oversaw the construction of a royal complex, unearthed in recent excavations. His return to Babylon may have been spurred by the escalating threat from Cyrus and internal conflicts with Belshazzar, who was relieved of his duties upon Nabonidus's return.